Well, I bet you thought it would be easy, didn't you? And I think you found out really quickly that it wasn't. It's not very easy to start out new as an insurance agent. We've all been here within our own businesses, within our own practices, and I understand it's very, very tough, especially when you're first getting started, and even sometimes after, when you've started for a while but you can't seem to find any traction. It's very difficult. But the hope is in that it's difficult, because it being difficult is what separates those from who dabble to those who take it seriously and want to actually make this a career. So, like I said in a recent video that I recorded, there are about 40,000 insurance agents in the United States that are making 100 grand a year. So this is a proven model, guys. It is possible to get there, but it's not going to be easy. 95% of agents quit, according to Investopedia. You can go look it up. It's not an easy industry to be in. Not everyone's cut out for it. But if you're watching this video here today, I think you are cut out for it. And I'm going to explain to you why. So let's just cut the BS. When you first joined the industry, I bet you had a lot of pie in the sky, really high expectations. I'm sure some recruiter or some IMO, came in, sold you the world, told you that you'd be rich beyond your wildest dreams and imagination. You probably got sold the dream. A lot of agents start off like that. When I got started myself in lead gen, I was sold the dream. I was told, I'm going to make X amount of money and I'm going to be able to do it so easy and work from a laptop and, do this in Bali or France or Italy or somewhere and go traveling and just make all this money, and life was going to be so fantastic. Not being told of the amount of work that I was going to have to put in as an agent, owning an agency. And I'm sure that you guys were in a very similar situation yourselves, being fed all the lines, being fed the dreams. Have had family members who've gone through it who haven't made it out the other side. I understand it can be a very difficult industry. And I know a lot of the BS we hear, even from people that hop on phone calls or Zoom calls with us, it's crazy, right? There's a good likelihood as well when you first joined that you knew somebody in the industry who is, relatively successful, but you didn't realize the amount of hard work that they were putting in. And you just thought, oh, I can do it too and just be just like him. And it'll take me a couple months to get there. I'm not saying you were any one of these. I'm just saying these are common stories, right? You get sold a dream, somebody who's there. You figure, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And I can do it in, a couple of months and I'll be there, same as him or her. And I'll be successful doing my thing, right? Doesn't really work like that. You find that out very fast. Another thing you find out very fast is that the leads that your company probably promised you that they were going to give you were not quite the quality of leads you were expecting. So all those, stories about, oh, yeah, we'll give you these leads and this is all you'll ever need. And then you'll make tons of money and you'll be just fine, right? All you need to do is, work what we're giving you. I'm sure you quickly found out about A quality and B quality leads. I'm sure you figured out who gets the A quality leads, why they get them, and how long it took to get there. I'm sure in your first week, you found out really quickly after training when you were put into the field that it wasn't like the recruiters told you. It wasn't like everybody kind of told you it'd be, right? And that's tough when you have these expectations. I mean, I just made a video actually where I was talking about how I recorded this yesterday. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I had recorded it saying about 50% of insurance agents around there quit just because of unrealistic expectations. It's the biggest motivator for why people quit, right? It's like some of these IMOs and recruiters, man, it's like, I don't even know what they're doing and why they're doing this, because it's like, why bring people in just to waste their life and quit when you're just giving them, it's like they're so focused on bringing in such a volume of people. They never think maybe the quality of people actually matters, because we're going to bring in, 50 people, train all of them, and then they're all going to leave because they weren't the right people. So I don't know, man, but it's tough. It's very tough. You're going to probably find yourself, if you have these expectations and you're not fulfilling them, burning out super quick when you're expecting, to be able to just work willy-nilly and do whatever and have the leads that your company provided you. and then you don't realize the work that you're going to have to actually do to get writings and to get clients. And you learn real quick, oh crap, I got to do cold calling. I got to knock on doors. I got to do cold DMs or emails or whatever it is that you're deciding to do to outreach right now to get more clients. When you realize that, like, it's not even that you're a lazy person. I don't want you to think that if you're watching this, that I'm calling you lazy. I'm saying, no, you were sold a dream and you came into a situation expecting one thing and you didn't get that. So if you came into a situation expecting this is the input that I'm going to have to put in, and you set your mindset and your life up for, oh, this is going to be easy, and then boom, it hits you and you're hard. It's like when you get a Charlie horse, you know what I mean? I don't know if your dad ever did this to you when you were young. You'd kind of like just tap your arm or whatever, and then all of a sudden, bang. And it's because you're expecting, oh yeah, this is nice, soft, whatever. When it hits you that hard, it's not that you can't be hit that hard. If I were to flex and kind of prepare for it, it wouldn't hurt nearly as much. But when you're not expecting that, it hurts all the more and it affects you all the more, right? So that's a situation that probably a lot of you watching this are finding yourselves in, very burnt out from the amount of work that you have to do. It's not that you're lazy. It's just that there is a lot of work involved, and you got to realize that. So now that you know that, you got to be able to condition your mind to get to be the 5% of agents, little less than 10% of agents who are able to make, over $100,000 a year. You got to condition your mind to be able to do that. But at the start, and if this is how you're feeling now, that's perfectly normal. Like, a lot of us have felt that way in some point in time in our practices. I've almost quit. There were so many times I almost quit along the way. It was, crazy. I thought I'd never work. I was one of the people who just kind of went on sheer determination, really, not really doing things a smart way, doing it the hard way, and just learning my lessons like that and getting burnt out a lot. It happens. And obviously that'll lead you to feeling, very frustrated, very demotivated. A lot of you guys probably have had long, fruitless days of cold messaging and, getting 2 responses telling you to F off, right? Like, we've all been there. That's no fun when you're shooting out 100 cold emails a day, manually writing all custom lines for everyone to make sure that you're giving everyone, attention or whatever. And then you wake up in the morning and you're super excited. Oh, maybe I'll have a prospect. Maybe I'll have a lead. You wake up, you see those, 2 messages in your inbox. You get filled with excitement. And then you see, oh, it's just 2 people telling you, take me off your list, bye, F off, whatever it is, right? It's incredibly demoralizing, incredibly frustrating, especially, like I said, when it's that shock of not realizing that you were going to have to do this in the first place. And leading back to what I was saying, a lot of you are probably wondering if this is the right career path for you or if you should make a change, right? It's hard when you don't expect something and you get something way more difficult, and then you find all your effort seems to be so fruitless and you don't see returns on it for months on end. It's very, very difficult to do that, and it makes you wonder if it is the right career path or if you should make a change. And maybe for some people it isn't for them, but if you're watching this video today, I do think it's here for you, because you're here seeking these resources. You're here seeking things to be better at the job, be better as an agent. And just like I said, there are people making money. People who are making money doing this. People who are impacting other people in their community, making a difference, and truly helping other people's lives doing this. That there is purpose here, and that this is something that you can be doing. You can make a very successful career out of and help a lot of people along the way. That. So if you're here watching this, you're not one of those people who are here to quit. There's still hope for you out there. You need to stick with it. Like I said, most agents are going to quit in the first year. If you made it past your first year, good job. If not yet, just stay to the first year. You've risen your chance of actually succeeding by 90% now, because 90% of people quit within the first year. So if we're speaking statistically, you are 90% more likely to succeed if you can stick through that first year. There's still another 5% that quit after the next 5 years, but you're 90% more likely to succeed if you stay after that first year. So even if you just make it a resolution to yourself, I'm just going to stay in it for a year, then you'll learn along the way. That year will be filled with learning experiences. That year will be filled with things that change. You need to stick with it, right? You will not make money at anything. I don't care if you're at McDonald's. I don't care if you're a carpenter. I don't care if you're an insurance agent. I don't care if you're a pilot. If you don't stick at something long enough to actually learn how to be good at it, you're not going to make money doing it. There is money to be made here. There is a career to be made here. We can go over all the stats all over again. There's money to be made and there's a career to be made. You just need to stick with it and you need to persevere and you need to be able to do that even though it's difficult. If you can stick through, like I said, just for a year, guys, if you're watching this and you haven't been, and if you are, then I want you to realize, great, you now have a 90% chance of success because you stuck through that 1 year. So don't become I think what's even worse than being in the 90%, because there are some people, guys, like I said, like 50% of people, and again, you can check up all these statistics. I'm not lying to you. They're all on Investopedia. That's where I found them. It's 30% of people quit within the first 90 days, guys. So for some people, it's actually probably a good thing if they realize like really quickly, oh, hey, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I'm going to go find something else. That's fine. If you make that decision quickly and you realize that, nah, this isn't for me, I'm going to go invest my time into something else that's going to interest me more, then that's fine. It's so much better to be in that bottom 30% than it is to be in the 5% of people who quit after that first year. If you quit after the first year, it's like, oh my goodness, there's only 5% of people make it and 5% of people don't after that first year. Do you want to be, or sorry, I guess it would be 50-50 after the first year, but you get what I'm saying. Do you want to be in that 5% of people who chose to quit after they should have figured it out? Or do you want to be in that 5% who are going to be successful and in the industry 5 years from now? If you've made it past a year and you quit, what are you doing? You are 90% likely to succeed and you threw it away. You chose to do the 10%. Guys, don't choose to be that 10% unsuccessful. Please choose to get to that 90% and then become that 90% likelihood of success and actually embody it, right? I've broken down, like I said in another video, exactly the habits that agents have done. In fact, I'm going to release this video after I release that one. So you're going to see that video before you see this one. But I've broken down all the behaviors that the successful agents have so that you guys can emulate that too. All successful agents that I know are spending thousands of dollars on advertising, are getting thousands of dollars a month from writings and different clients that they're getting. I've broken down all those attitudes. I've broken down all those behaviors from all those different guys. So you have no reason, no excuse if you're following this channel, watching my content, to be in that 10% of people who quit after a year. You have no reason to be in the 95% of people who quit in the first 5 years. You have no reason, not if you're watching this. Now, all that said, like I said, you cannot have shiny object syndrome. You need to get good at this first before you're going to make money. You have to realize that. Yes, I know it's difficult. Yes, I know it's tough. But if you can make it past that first year, if you have made it past that first year, you basically almost already made it, right? And that's what you got to realize is you're a lot closer than you think. You're just a few months away from a year, or you're just, a few months away after that year from just getting the rest of the infrastructure to make it work, right? You can build systems and an audience that are going to lead to it being impossible for you to ever go broke. There are ways within this industry. If you've already spent that year, the first few months, learning how to sell, learning about underwriting, knowing that part of the business, let me introduce you to the part of the business that actually puts you in that 10% of successful agents who are earning $100,000 a year or more. They're building systems and building audiences that are attracting leads to them so that it's impossible for them to ever go broke. Because if you are able to build a system where you put in $1 into ads or $1 into growing your audience, and you're able to pull $5 bills, $10 bills out of that, basically becomes a vending machine for money. You put in a 1 and you get a 10. You put in a 1, you get in a 5, whatever it is to start with, right? You're going to have to build the system up so that it's able to really produce those high returns for you. But there are systems you can build where it makes it impossible for you to go broke. Because as long as you have $1, you can spend that dollar, you can get $5 out of it. You can spend that 5, you can get 25, you can spend that 25, get 125, you can spend that 125, get 600, like literally off $1. It's impossible for you to ever go broke. You can find $1 on the street and put it back into the machine, guys, right? There are systems you can build, and there are agents who are using systems in this space that are doing exactly that for them. They're putting in $1 and they're getting 5, just like that. Do they have to do a bit of work, and is there some work involved? Sure, they have to underwrite the people. They got to do that. No problem. That's a quick meeting. Here's your qualification. Let's make sure everything's all good. Bang, get them written up, and they're done. Still $1 and a 5. Very minimal work from their part. The system is set up for them, and they just make the money. That's what we do with our exclusive lead system. It's a done-for-you, multi-dimensional lead generating process. It's designed to basically, you put in your $1, you get in your 5 leads. One of those leads is going to convert worth $5 for you, right? So very simple. Put in the money, you get leads, and then also included in the system is lead nurturing processes. So that you're not just buying leads with the exclusive lead system. I know a lot of you guys have probably bought from lists and things like that before. This is nowhere near that. This is you putting up a post of you specifically. They're coming for you because they saw your face connected with your content, wanted to speak to you. They come into your system, and you have all these wonderful email and text campaigns set up to make sure that they can't get away from speaking with you. So they're drawn into your system. They're nurtured and educated about the products that you're offering, about the value that you can deliver them, making sure that they get on a call with you, and then you close them. We can teach you how to manage this system, or we can pair you with a trained and qualified virtual assistant who will manage the whole thing for you. You ask, why don't we manage it for you? Because unlike other agencies, we give you all the resources, materials, and everything you could possibly need to manage this, and you own it. As soon as you buy the system from us, we hand it off to you once it's completed. Everything is set up all at once. It's handed off to you so that you never have to worry ever again about going broke. And you never have to worry about an agency making you broke either by jamming an invoice down your throat. That's not what we do, right? So that's the only way I guess you could go broke in this game is if you figure out a lead gen process and you have to pay an agency every month to do it, right? It's a one-time thing. You set it up, you're done. You own the whole thing. You could own one of these systems. If you're an agent, get to a year. Get to the point where you can own one of these systems. Even if you don't go with me, I mean, in fairness, we got the best system. I'm very, very confident in that. If you talk to us, you'll see exactly why. We can do a breakdown for you. You can shoot a comment down below or send me a DM pretty much on any social media. I'm on all of them, and we'll set up a walkthrough to show you why we're the best. But even if you don't go with me, right, there are systems you can still set up that will make you some money. Not as much as us, but some money, right? So just get to that year. Be able to invest in a system like this. And if you are past that first year, it's time to start getting serious if you're not already. And it's time to set up a system like this. And it's time to speak with us because we're going to set up a system for you. It's going to make sure you can never go broke again. I hope this video was helpful. Hope it was able to motivate some of you who are maybe having a little bit of a tough time in the industry and a tough time in the business. I've been there myself. I know what it's like to feel like crap, to want to quit. And I set up this exact system for myself to make sure that I would never go broke and I could do the exact same thing. It's worked really well for me, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. I want to spread the love, and I want everybody to be able to own and have a system like this that's able to generate them a free life financially, free from stress. It's just so much better at the top, guys. And I want to bring you with. Anyways, like I said, hope this video was a help to those of you who are watching it. Take care. Peace.